And now, live in studio, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
And yes, here we are again, another day committed to being your consumer advocate, all about helping you understand your buying decisions, making you more street smart here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We touch on some national news, but it's more of a local flair here, all about helping you understand your buying decisions, helping you avoid a lot of the commission-based advice on the Consumer Quarterback Show. I want to let you know about a public service event that we're putting on. This is Tampa Bay's Best Career Fair coming up on Wednesday, October 20th, 6 to 8 p.m. You can register on eventbrite.com. We're looking for business owners, also looking for folks that are looking to get hired or maybe start a new career. We're going to have a lot of our radio show expert contributors there, about 30 businesses looking to hire as soon as possible. Tampa Bay's Best Career Fair. Search it on eventbrite.com. Just go to eventbrite.com, search up Tampa Bay's Best Career Fair, Wednesday, October 20th, 6 to 8 p.m. It's at the Largo Event Center, so that's centrally located right here in Pinellas County in Tampa Bay. We would love to see you there. Please like and share that event online as well, and tell your friends about it. Greatly appreciate you if you do that for us. We got a great lineup for you today as well. We're going to have Mike Murphy on the program, Murphy Auto Group. He's our expert contributor for all things in the automobile industry. He's going to talk about some of the supply and demand, some of the different issues happening within that industry. And we also have Nick Shriver, decorating elves, outdoor lighting, holiday lighting here on the program. And Diane VANCE, Fairway Independent Mortgage, our expert contributor for all things finance and mortgage advice here in Tampa Bay. All types of loans, of course, purchases and refinances right here on the program coming up. Before we jump into this, I want to let you know about a couple of our hot listings that we've got here in Tampa Bay. We've got a property at 722 Pruitt Drive on Madeira Beach. This is a gorgeous duplex property, great opportunity, passive income opportunity here in Tampa Bay. You could rent it out, both sides or one. And 722 Pruitt Drive, bring your boat. This is a deep water access. You've got a large boat dock as well, with bay access, of course. And 722 Pruitt Drive, Madeira Beach, is a beautiful duplex, great opportunity here in Tampa Bay. Compliments of the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. Also, back over in Tampa, we'll bring you to the other side of the bay. We've got a property at 6012 Russell Street in South Tampa. Now, this is a gorgeous Mediterranean palace, beautiful property, corner lot. 3,000 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 3 bath, custom-built home in Ballast Point. You're 1 block from Bayshore, so you could walk, jog, run up and down Bayshore and enjoy that biking path as well. You can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com.
This is God's country.
All right, let's make our introduction. Let's go in studio here first. We got Nick Shriver, decorating elves, back in the house. What's topical, my friend? What are you going to talk about today?
Well, we're going to go over a little bit of holiday lighting. We're going to talk about some of the recruiting and touch on that career fair, and then go into what we call year-round product that somebody can do to make their house look amazing all year.
I love it. I love the way our house looks. I always say from firsthand experience, first-class organization, your team did an awesome job. You did a great job coming out and just kind of saying, hey, here's what I envision, because it kind of has an art to it, right? When you're planning and you're putting those lights in place.
Well, absolutely, Brandon. We're thrilled that you're happy. We try to do that with everybody. And there's a process. There is definitely an art to it. The technicians have a science, and the designers have the art. So that's what we try to bring to every project that we do. We pull it off and make it look amazing.
It does. Absolutely love it. All right, let's go to the phone lines. Diane VANCE, Fairway Independent Mortgage. Diane, there's a lot of stuff happening in the news, a lot of national stuff, and the shipping container mess and things of that nature, and then of course the printing of money, trillions and trillions of dollars printed. How's that affecting the mortgage industry?
Well, the mortgage industry kind of follows what's going on, as we know. The stocks and the mortgage-backed securities, things like that. But Congress, they need to they need to do something with the debt limit. And the supply chain is a big deal. That's probably affecting a lot of things. So whenever you have inflation, then that, of course, spooks the people that make the decisions to start raising interest rates and things like that. Interest rates are still very healthy, very good, but we need to get it under control. Jobless claims were down, so again, that's more positive. Unfortunately, the more positive the market, the more positive in the economy, the interest rate starts moving. I wanted to talk about something that I just announced yesterday on social media. So every year, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, who purchases everybody's 30-year fixed mortgages in the country, nobody actually keeps their loans. They actually buy what is called the mortgage-backed securities. That's who holds them, and they actually buy it from all the lenders. And every year they announce right around Thanksgiving what is called the conforming loan limit. So the conforming loan limit, gosh, when I first started in the industry, was like $290,000 or so, I don't remember, but a lot in the $200,000 range.
Right.
So every year it's raised. So this year we announced that we're going to start doing before the announcement from them, we're actually going to go ahead and increase our conforming loan amount to $625,000.
Wow.
And so what that means is that, yes, there's been that shows you that there has been appreciation in the market, because this year it's been $548,250. So anything above the $548,250 is considered a jumbo loan. And a little bit of different guidelines, those type things. But Fairway, because of their size and because of our strength, not every lender is going to announce the changes, but we are announcing our changes effective today, matter of fact. So anybody that's looking, if we're kind of in that jumbo range, you may want to go ahead and give me a call, because I can still keep you at the lower conforming loan amount, which helps interest rates. They're slightly different. And the guidelines are a little more favorable when you're below that. So, so that change is going to happen in January, and it may actually be more than that, but they're not going to announce it. The FHFA will not announce it. That's a federal housing, of course. They are not going to announce it until November, usually around Thanksgiving. They usually announce it. Actually may be higher than what that is, but we're comfortable that we can go ahead and keep those loans in-house. And then when they do actually change, we can actually go ahead and, then sell the paper only to Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. So that is happening. And what happens with that, then government loans, FHA, will actually they'll increase because it's a percentage of whatever the conforming loan amount is. So they'll go up to some $400,000 for FHA. So that'll give a lot of people some wiggle room to be able to purchase homes, with, as we have seen the appreciation, another reason to buy your house, because you are going to have some appreciation. It may not be as rapid as it has been in the last year or so, but you definitely will still have appreciation, especially in Florida. I don't see it slowing down. I don't see it at the percentage it's been, but it's usually around 3 to 5%, which is a normal range.
Right.
But so you're building equity all the time. So that's just proof that, yes, the prices have went up, and that's another indicator that the prices have actually went up because of the pricing in the market.
That's right. And the demand, there's so much demand right now. People are looking to get out of some of the states with lockdowns or mandates on shots and masks and things of that nature, coming to the free state of Florida. It's a great place to live, work, and play. We know that already. We've seen that year over year. But now more than ever, there's unprecedented demand with the FBI statistics coming out in some of a lot of the large cities, especially northern cities. There's the highest amount of crime in 100 years. Just these spikes in crime.
Chicago, yeah.
Chicago for one, yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm. So people are moving down. We know that, and there's folks that are on both ends of the spectrum in terms of first-time buyers, down payment assistance folks that we can help out. There's people buying $1 million homes, of course, multi-million-dollar homes that we can also help out with your jumbo loan programs as well.
Yeah, it's definitely a big range, and you're right. It is It is, the demand is there. The market is, the houses go very fast. And there are a lot of people coming from other states because we don't have income tax. So, the state income tax. So,
Right.
There's a lot of savings there. So I think people really, that's one thing that happened during the pandemic. People really analyzed what they do, and a lot of people were able to work remotely and stay remote. So a lot of those people, they're still keeping their jobs, and they're just allowed to do it anywhere with the technology that we have.
Yeah, absolutely. So the technology is a whole other piece that you think about. I know you make it easy a lot of times when we're referring folks over and we say, hey, we want you to get on the phone with Diane and her team, and you send them just some electronic links, or even I think an app that they can just do it all online.
Yep, and I actually even have a better electronic link that is now, because, everybody has to sign their disclosures, and it's through e-sign now. It's through a special program we just announced, and we just added a couple weeks ago, and it's actually DocuSign, so it's much easier for the customer. And it actually builds if the customer goes to my website, or even if I fill it out and send them a link. As it builds, it will actually ask them for their documentation. When I receive their documents within the next day, I'll go ahead and have them a pre-approval.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then that way you're ready to go. You go on your home search. You're able to put offers in. Too many times we see people waiting till the last minute, Diane.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, we want to go buy a house, but we're going to just, we don't want to.
We haven't talked to anybody. Well, you'd be amazed at the number of people that I get from just our online presence, because of a very good, a very good survey. My surveys are all high, so I get a ton of people calling me all the time and, saying, hey, I was told I need to get a pre-approval. And I said, that is actually your first step. That is what you should always do, because realtors are not going to show you unless you have a pre-approval, which pre-approval is not just you telling them what your information is. It's actually the lender actually documenting it.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. You got to make sure you have all that in place. We're talking with Diane VANCE, Fairway Independent Mortgage, here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Top 3 lender in the country, and that's worth repeating. Top 3 lender in the United States of America. And Diane, you are a regional manager. You got a great team. Talk a little about your team as well.
Oh, yeah, I have a great team. I have a personal team that I actually have an assistant and a processor and what is called a setup team. And every one of my loan officers has that same thing. So we have, everybody's local. Well, they're all working remote, of course, but everybody is local. And so we have Fairway is the top 3 for purchase money, which is very important because it's not top 3 for refinances like some of the other companies. We are top 3 in purchase money. That is what it kind of drives Fairway. And it's because of our speed, because we do get things done as quick as possible. If they need it done faster, we can do it fast. But we're not going to slow down the process for, we're not going to tell an agent, hey, sorry, we can't close you for, 60 days because we have too much business. That's not going to happen. But I have loan officers. I have actually hired a few top producers that are coming on board and their assistants. So we are growing, and we have, I have 11 loan officers right now, and they're awesome. They're great. We cover the Tampa Bay area. Pasco, Hernando, Lakeland, we have some offices there, and we have one in Mount Dora. But locally, that's what we have. So we're actually growing and, moving on.
Yeah, that's good stuff. I like it. If you just joined us, Diane VANCE here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. I'm your host, Brandon Rhymes. And you've seen this flyer before. I want to talk about the 10 things that require zero talent. Speaking about your team and management and things that we talk about in the mortgage space and real estate space, and just being a business owner and a leader. 10 things that require zero talent. Number 1, being on time. So showing up, being on time, and Lombardi time comes to mind, right? The old football coach for the Green Bay Packers. He said you're late if you're not 15 minutes early. Number 2 is work ethic. Work ethic. What can be said about work ethic, Diane?
Oh, yeah, that's huge. So, and in our world, it's just like your world because they're on all commission, right? So
exactly,
it's very easy to not work.
Exactly. Big bonus check or big month. Oh, I'm taking the whole week off.
Yeah. No, you can't do that. You have to be consistent, and you have to be. The big thing is honesty, integrity, and being consistent, and and all those qualities. And you don't slow down on your work. You just
That's right.
if you're not busy, then you're not doing something to be able to get busy. So
That's right.
You need to work on your business. But yes,
10 things that require zero talent. Number 3, effort. Putting forth an effort, coming up and actually giving it your all. Number 4, body language. I like this one because it kind of comes into the negotiation strategies that I love to teach and I study. Body language. How much is body language important in the mortgage industry?
Oh, it's huge. So we do a lot of training on things like trying to adapt to we're big in trying to adapt to the person's personality style.
Yep.
And you can tell that by body language or even on their tone on the phone. You can even tell it there. So you want to adapt to those folks. If they want to get right to the point, you need to get right to the point. If they want to talk and need more information and maybe they're more, different type of personality or need more information, then you need to be able to do that as well.
That's
so
right.
It's important.
Number 5 is energy. 10 things that require zero talent, energy. And we're gonna leave it right there. We're gonna come back with the second 5 of those top things that require zero talent. We're gonna take a quick break here. When we come back, we got Diane VANCE, Fairway Independent Mortgage, Nick Shriver, decorating Elves here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Plus, our feel-good story of the day is pretty cool. Medical procedure here. It's in a world first. Doctors save critically ill pregnant woman and her baby. Stay with us on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Make sure you follow us online. We would love to connect with you, and you can listen to our show on demand, of course, on YouTube. Subscribe at youtube.com/Brandon Rhymes Realty. On Spotify, on iTunes. You can download our podcast, Spotify and iTunes. And we'll be right back after this short break. Don't go anywhere.
Thanks for listening to my daddy's show. For more information, go to consumerqb.com.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
Hey, Brandon Rhymes here for Cleaning Commandos here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Cleaning Commandos are hiring, and they're offering competitive wages, flexible hours, relaxed atmosphere, and a sign-on bonus. Reach out if you'd like a career with the Cleaning Commandos here in Tampa Bay. Info at cleaningcommandosllc.com or call 813-750-0550, 813-750-0550. Cleaning Commandos, Consumer Quarterback Show. Hey, Brandon Rhymes here. We are looking for real estate investors. We've got a new relationship bringing us a tremendous amount of off-market real estate investment opportunities. So text the word investor to our hotline, 813-750-0550. Off-market real estate investment opportunities. Text investor to 813-750-0550. Brandon Rhymes here, Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty, looking for real estate investors. Send us a text.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
And we're back. Brandon Rhymes here. Appreciate you hanging out with us, spending some time on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Save our hotline number. Give us a call. Of course, it's a local-based community show here, and we greatly appreciate those that reach in and call into the hotline. Reach out and call into the hotline, 813-750-0550. Call or text the hotline, 813-750-0550. Just call or text that line. Any questions you have, any introductions that you would like us to make. Again, we've got 80 different categories of consumer advocate content and advice, all types of tech experts, home services, legal, lots of different attorneys associated with the program, financial advice, CPAs, all types of good stuff. So consumerqb.com as well is the website. So we've got Diane VANCE on the phones, Fairway Independent Mortgage, Nick Shriver in studio. We're going to go to Nick Shriver now, decorating Elves. And yeah, with the economy the way it is, a lot of business owners are looking to hire. It's been one of those years where, we were kind of in the beginning of the year more so. We were basically incentivizing people to stay home, giving out free money, and it's hard for employers to find folks. That's why we're doing our career fair, Tampa Bay's Best Career Fair, Wednesday, October 20th, 6 o'clock at the Largo Event Center. Register on Eventbrite. But a lot of businesses are in that hiring stage right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And not only are they in the hiring stage, we are in the hiring stage. And part of that's because we have a seasonal service. So the calendar says we need to hire. And we like to call it recruiting, hiring, training, getting people into our core values. So, I really love this top 10 things that you guys are going over, because those are the things that we're looking for in new people, in the people that we're bringing on. Like speaking for a lot of employers out there and a lot of small business owners, we'll teach you how to do what we know how to do. But if you can come to work on time, if you can bring your effort, if you can bring a positive attitude, you can bring that whole list with you, you're hired.
That's number 6 on the list, by the way.
Just bring that list with you.
There you go.
Right, bring it with
10
you.
things that require zero talent.
Absolutely. 10 things that require zero talent. You come with zero talent, and those 10 things, you're on board.
There you go.
We
I love it. Number 6 is attitude.
Yeah, absolutely. Attitude is huge. We love that. Energy, all of those, and I'm not going to take, you go over that, but those are the things. And for, the thing that I love about hiring, and right now we're recruiting, because we're looking to fill a lot of spots. We got a lot of work to do between now and the big holiday Christmas, and so we hire a lot of people. We give a lot of people first opportunities. But what I really enjoy about being an employer and hiring and recruiting is when we get a lot of young people in that I just graduated high school. I don't really know what I'm doing in my life. I didn't really get a lot of direction. I may have, not the most awesome home life, but we can give them the opportunity to learn a lot about what it takes to be successful in the workforce, and give them those steps. And yesterday I told a gentleman, I said, hey, before we interviewed, I said, hey, I'm going to give you a tip. You choose to take it or not. When you're waiting to be interviewed, keep that phone in your pocket.
Yeah.
Kid's 18 years old, just graduated high school, is looking for, first real job. And as we're sitting and he's over there scrolling through, I don't know what he's scrolling through, but, however those tips get passed down to the youth, to the younger generation, to those that are just coming up, we like to help those people, help those young people learn what employers are looking for, learn what businesses are looking for, learn how to be be better as an employee. Because it takes somebody to teach you. You don't just learn it. You don't just figure it out. So all those young guys out there that like to work outdoors, that like to be athletic, that like to, work with their hands and do things, that feel like they don't know what to do, they need to get out of the house, they haven't got a job yet, find us. We'll be at that career fair, as well as you can find us at decoratingelves.com, employment. And you can probably see one or two of our ads on Indeed and a few other places that we have them scattered throughout.
Yeah. Working outside, hey, especially this time of year, it's getting nice out there. I want to go back to this 10 things that require zero talent. So number 6 was attitude of gratitude. There's a lot said about attitude. Number 7 is passion. Being passionate about what you like to do and what you're doing for a career.
Absolutely. Well, if you can't tell, we have a passion for what we do.
Right on.
And our customers know that. That's why they love us. Those that are doing business with us know we have a passion. Like, it shows them what we do. So passion's huge. It's how you get through life. If you don't wake up in the morning and want to be out and about and enjoying and be thankful that you're here, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, you're having fun. You're putting decorations in people's yards and brightening people's lives and creating that fun atmosphere.
People love what we do, man. It makes you feel good, And when you're helping make somebody feel good, it makes you feel good.
How about this one? Being coachable.
Coachable is huge. Being a sports guy, having young kids in sports, having just anything. I mean, we talk about that all the time with my kids, going into rec, going into soccer practice, going into karate. Hey, be coachable.
That's right.
That means, what does that mean? That means you're willing to listen to a superior and accept the advice.
That's right.
That's what it means. Like, it's not hard.
Yep.
Most of these people out there, there's a lot of older generation, my generation and up, and I'm right in the middle, that want to help younger people be better at life, because if we're all better together, it's just better.
That's right. Absolutely.
So be coachable. That's huge.
Yeah, it really is. The idea that you know it already, or you already have the best way to do a certain thing at a young age, right? It doesn't make sense.
Brandon, as I get older, I realize that there's more and more and more in life I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
It's amazing, because I know when I was a teenager, I thought I knew it all.
Isn't it? It's right. It goes into the 20s, and even in the 30s, you start thinking, wow, there's a lot more to this puzzle. There's a big puzzle piece, and the more you are open to accepting suggestions, you're going to learn more, and it's going to help you translate into life and success in a lot of different areas. So we're going to take a quick break. When we come back here, we've got more with Nick Shriver, Decorating Elves, here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We've got a feel-good story of the day coming up as well. Find out about these doctors that say saved a critically ill pregnant woman and her baby right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Stop by our website, consumerqb.com.
This is Chris Voss, former FBI lead hostage negotiator and owner of the Black Swan Group, and you're listening to Consumer Quarterback Show hosted by my friend Brandon Rhymes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
Johnny, can we continue? All right.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for hanging out with us here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. I want to give a quick shout out to Veteran Gutters, Brandon Porter and his team. They do a great job here in Tampa Bay, and they are American-made products. They utilize American-made products, and they are veterans as well of our great country. They fought for our country. Let them put their systems on your home or office building. Veteran Gutters, Brandon Porter. They do such a great job here in Tampa Bay. Nothing but great comments back from all of our listeners that have worked with Veteran Gutters. And I want to think about show you about a couple of our hot listings here. We've got a couple of hot listings that we like to feature our listings so we can help our sellers profit more, sell faster, and have a little bit more exposure than the average real estate company does here in Tampa Bay. So we've got a property at 4302 North Nebraska Avenue. This is a commercial building. Think about relocating your business right here in Tampa. You've got your own billboard at 4302 North Nebraska Avenue in Tampa. This is a corner lot. It's a large corner lot. You get about 40 to 50,000 vehicles a day passing by. 2,115 square feet. Spacious office building, wood flooring, located in Seminole Heights, 4302 North Nebraska Avenue in Tampa. Great buying opportunity here in beautiful Tampa Bay. Also, we've got property at 11724 132nd Avenue in Largo. So this one could be viewed as a rental income opportunity or potentially also a property that has development upside. So you could build and develop. It's an acre of land in Pinellas County. Now, this one has 2 properties available to be leased on the property on site. One is 3-bedroom, 1-bath. The other is 2-bedroom, 1-bath. So you got built-in income opportunity, over acre of land in Pinellas County. So it's great for builders, developers, entrepreneurs, folks that want to realize some cash flow in the process as well. Now you can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. All right, we're back here in studio. We got Nick Shriver in the house, owner Decorating Elves, and decoratingelves.com is the website. And we're talking about 10 things that require zero talent. Kind of recap for you: being on time, showing up on time, Lombardi time, work ethic, having a passion and working hard at what you do. Effort, putting forth the effort. Number 4 is body language, how you use your body when you're, walking around, or you're moping around, or you're moving quickly, right? Energy, very similar. What's the energy that you're putting out? Attitude, the attitude of gratitude is best. Passion was number 7. Being coachable is number 8. And then number 9 is doing extra. Going above and beyond. I remember reading a book one time, and it said, when he had, it was like a business manager, owner type gentleman, and he said when he had someone that was up and coming that would actually solve the problem that he was going to come and tell him about, instead of telling the boss about the problem, say, hey boss, here's a problem. I figured maybe we could do this and maybe we could do this. Which option do you think is best? How would you like that, Nick, when you're working, right? You have somebody come to you with the problem, but also say, hey, here's 2 scenarios that I thought might work.
Well, as an employer, as a business owner, you love that when somebody not only addresses a problem, brings it to your attention, but also brings solutions.
Yeah.
So problems are just opportunities that need overcome.
Yep.
And that's the way I look at it. And then you got to find solutions. So, especially when you're dealing with a customer, at the same time, you got to take that to the customer. So you can't just tell a customer that there's a problem.
That's right.
You need to tell the customer how you're going to solve their problem when you present the problem. This is something we try to succeed. We try to teach and coach that within our organization. Do we do it 100% of the time? I would love to say we did, but we try to do it when it's available, and we try to teach that and coach that from the top down. So that is huge. One of the things I was going to add on to that, doing extra, and one of the best advices I got, and one of somebody that's true to my heart, is an old sales guy named Zig Ziglar.
Yeah.
And he would always tell you, if you do extra in this job, the next job is already taken care of.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so that's always something there, right? To just take care of where you are, take care of the job you're on, do extra in the task and what you're on, and then the next job will take care of itself.
Zig was great. He was a good storyteller. Number 10 on the list, 10 things that require zero talent. Number 10, being prepared. Kind of speaks for itself, right?
Kind of speaks for itself, doesn't it? Yeah.
Prepared.
Coming in.
That's right.
That goes from like getting sleep, coming in on time, wearing the uniform.
That's right.
Just all of that stuff, being ready to go.
Having the truck loaded down with the right equipment, the right tools.
Yeah, and that goes for taking care of customers. It goes for going in and being employable. All of those things make it easy. I mean, that is such a great list. It's so simple.
Yeah.
It's just so simple.
And it's zero talent. I mean, that's what I love about it. It's not like you have to be an all-star player here.
Yeah, well, and when you read it, you say that headline kind of makes you feel like you're getting ready to insult somebody.
Right.
But then you start going through the list and you realize that talent is not needed. You didn't, if you're on a baseball team like the Rays are getting ready to play tonight, big time. All of those ball players, they don't need to know how to pitch to be great at those 10 things.
Right.
And impress somebody being great at those 10 things. So that's
Think
what I love about
some of
that
your
list.
your unsung heroes, or folks that were kind of like your Rudy Rudiger, right?
Yeah,
He made the team at Notre Dame by doing those things.
By doing that exact same stuff.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, and you want to impress, that's what I tell my kids, if you want to impress your coaches, these are the things that we're working on.
Absolutely. We got Nick Schreiber in the house, decorating Elves, decoratingelves.com, holiday lighting, everyday lighting, outdoor lighting, and I love the 5 things that it adds, right? Let's see how many I remember. So it's going to give you an added amount of safety. It's going to add safety to your home.
Absolutely.
You're going to have, of course, beautification and appreciation and value.
Yep.
You're going to extend the use of your property by, hey, some of us work late at night. We come home, you can still enjoy that. I love that, by the way. That's one of my favorites. I think I already said security, but there you go. There's 3 or 4 of them.
Well, and I'm surprised you missed this one, property value.
Value, yeah, right? Appreciation, yeah,
appreciation,
absolutely.
Yeah. Property value is a huge one that you increase. You increase that anytime you can increase that first appearance. You're always going to increase that, and then safe passage. That one always kind of gets mixed in there with the security or with the
especially
safety.
For a business, Trippin' Falls.
I mean, if you're an outdoor business, and hospitality is starting to pick back up.
Right.
It's big time. We're all starting to get social things back in our calendar. Thank goodness.
Yep.
The social creatures that we are getting out and about, and so we're starting to see a lot more of those. And it's helpful if you're in a hospitality business to make sure that you got good lighting at night when you got people out wanting to be entertained, wanting to wine and dine, wanting to be social.
Absolutely.
There's a huge benefit there.
It's important. So a lot of local flair here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We different 80 categories, 50-plus show partners, all types of folks we can put you in touch with. Anything that you hear about on the show, reach out to our hotline, 813-750-0550. You can call or text that line. It's an off-air number, 813-750-0550. Now, we do touch on some national numbers. This is just something that came in across my radar the other day out of Chicago. We got shootings in Chicago, and I got a quick clip here I'm going to play for you from the Charlie Kirk Show.
So in Chicago, gangbangers responsible for shooting 5 people and killing 1 were released by the prosecutor, Kim Fox, Cook County State Attorney Kim Fox, citing mutual combatants in her decision not to press charges against those arrested in a deadly daylight neighborhood. This is during the day. Neighborhood shootout caught on camera last week between rival gang members. Caught on camera, 2 gangs shooting at each other, no charges, all released. Which just means that they're going to go be released and go kill other people, possibly innocent minors, bystanders. More than 70 rounds of shells were recovered from the shooting captured by a city camera. And a set of uniform...
So you have shooting in Chicago this last week, killed people, 70 rounds fired, and the district attorney lets him go on no charges. So that would never happen to someone like me if I would have that situation happen, but it's happening in Chicago. So there's our national word, a word on national content. So Nick, give us your final thought when it comes to your business and how you can help business owners here or folks?
Absolutely. I mean, anybody can check us out at www.decoratingelves.com and look us up. You know, we're a holiday lighting, we're an outdoor lighting, we're an event lighting type contractor. We can help with anything that deals with outside lighting. We can make people look good for Halloween, which is right around the corner, Christmas, which is coming up, and we're already starting to install and book all that stuff. And then the year-round landscape lighting and outdoor lighting that we also specialize in service, maintenance, and et cetera.
Nice. Adds value to the property. Lots of benefits. Reach out, decoratingelves.com or the show hotline. And Nick, we'll see you next time.
Great. Thank you, Brandon.
Thanks for coming in. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back here, we got Mike Murphy in the house, Murphy Auto Group here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. A lot to talk about here. This is an interesting area to explore. New, used cars, and you hear about different, the precious metals, the challenge with the chips in some of these cars, and not only appliances, but smartphones and computers and things of that nature. Mike Murphy in the house, Murphy Auto Group here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, coming right up after this short break. Don't go anywhere. Hey, Brandon Rhymes here. We are looking for real estate investors. We've got a new relationship bringing us a tremendous amount of off-market real estate investment opportunities. So text the word investor to our hotline, 813-750-0550. Off-market real estate investment opportunities. Text investor to 813-750-0550. Brandon Rhymes here, Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty, looking for real estate investors. Send us a text. Hey, Brandon Rhymes here for Cleaning Commandos here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Cleaning Commandos are hiring, and they're offering competitive wages, flexible hours, relaxed atmosphere, and a sign-on bonus. Reach out if you'd like a career with the Cleaning Commandos here in Tampa Bay. Info at cleaningcommandosllc.com or call 813-750-0550, 813-750-0550. Cleaning Commandos, Consumer Quarterback Show.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
All right. And we're back. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, helping you win in any marketplace. And we like to tell you something good as well. Positive story here on the show.
Tell me something good.
All right, so in a world first, a pregnant woman with pulmonary hypertension was sustained for weeks on a specialized life support long enough to deliver her premature baby. So earlier in the year, 37-year-old Candace Cruz was diagnosed with pulmonary hypertension, a type of blood pressure that affects arteries in the lungs and the heart, and it can be fatal. And she says, quote, "I felt like I was dying. I had 2 masks on my face trying to keep oxygen." Then she was also 21 weeks pregnant when the diagnosis came in. In most cases, patients with pulmonary hypertension can only survive if they get a lung transplant. However, it was not possible for Cruz as she wanted to keep her baby. Then she goes on. The story goes on to say how they used ECMO. It's a form of life support machine that helps perform essential functions in the heart and lungs, and it worked. So Cruz stayed on the machine for up to 7 weeks, which was long enough for her doctor to deliver a 1-pound baby by C-section. So 3 months after the successful lung transplant, she's home, and her husband Colin and daughter Caitlin with new lungs and a healthy baby boy. So there's our feel-good story of the day. I want to welcome in Mike Murphy to the Consumer Quarterback Show. Murphy Auto Group, welcome in.
Thank you. Great to be here. And I love your positive messages like that. More of that needs to be on the airways, I believe.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. We really take great pride in having that segment and perpetuating that random act of kindness that we talk about on the program. But yeah, awesome stuff. So just want to jump right into it. So you own a large auto group, and you're seeing firsthand. I keep hearing from friends. My daughter's 16 now, so it's like we're kind of car shopping ourselves, and we're looking for advice out there. But a lot of people are saying, "Hey, man, I can't believe how much cost of vehicles gone up." Is it a supply thing? What's the challenge?
Well, it is. It's supply and demand economics at its finest, and then you sprinkle in fear. There's such a fear for the unknown that is causing irrational used car prices. So I personally see this happening through the end of the year.
Yep.
Big trucks, large trucks, crew size, 4-wheel drive is especially valuable. Now, in early 2022, they will see a devaluation as production gets back to normal. What we're seeing manufacturers, I just got back from national dealer meetings, is there's a move to get away from fleet tail, and any and all trucks they're building are going to be for retail purposes.
Okay. So for retail purposes, got it.
Right. So you're going to see a lot more trucks, which means your trucks are going to devalue in Q1, Q2 of 2022. But what we do see is a very strong market in 2022 for sedans, crossovers, small vehicles, stuff that's good on gas. I'm very, very excited to also see the new product that's coming out.
Yeah, that's interesting. So you got trucks, SUVs, all vehicle cars, of course. You got the fleet vehicles, and then you also have the traditional, gas burners. In other ways to say it, versus the electronics or the electrical. What are you seeing in that space, like the Tesla and the hybrids?
Well, it's interesting. I'm not sure Tesla's turned a profit yet, so I can't really talk about that. I think they're a fad. Personally, I think it was a government-funded business disruptor. Yeah. Right? If you can't force private business to do something, just incentivize somebody else to do it, and we'll all naturally move towards progression. Nissan is committed more now than ever to EV, which is great. The Leaf is a good vehicle. Interesting, though, is Toyota came out at the national dealer meeting, told the dealers that they're not going to a pure EV model. Instead, they still believe that plug-in EV is the premier option. Okay. And I'll give you a good example. Right now we're in Tampa. The average EV vehicle goes 300 miles. Toyota's going to continue to make vehicles that are just like Tesla. It'll go 300 miles on an electric charge. But then instead of pulling over and plugging in, as if that's easily available, it'll just transition back to a hybrid and burn gas. Let me give you an example why I think Toyota's on the right path. Cat 5 hurricane comes.
Exactly.
Now everybody is evacuating 300 miles.
Right.
Now you got everybody in a Tesla burning out in what? Florida-Georgia line?
Yeah, exactly.
So, one, put charging stations in Florida-Georgia line. But two, I think plug-in hybrids make so much more sense than limiting your range to just electric batteries.
Yeah, absolutely. That was always what came up into my mind about, because we evacuated a few years back, several years ago, I guess, when it was one of the major storms coming kind of up the gut of Tampa, and we're like, oh man, I'm right on flood zone A at the time. I was like, let's get out of here. So we went to Auburn, Alabama, amongst other stops on the way. But yeah, fighting for gas, making sure you're ahead of the curb on the way out. We're talking with Mike Murphy here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. He's the owner of Murphy Auto Group, and he's our expert contributor for all things automobiles here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. And I wonder also too, it's really hip to be into that electronics or those types of vehicles, the electric vehicles. But when you're plugging in the vehicle, you're still burning fossil fuels somewhere, right? Unless
Absolutely.
It's a nuclear plant maybe or something, but that's rare as well.
And I believe EVs are just a fad. Electric vehicles are going to serve a purpose till we get to hydrogen fuel cells. Yeah. It's safe. It's cheap. They're readily available. You can retro convert gas stations, so you still have that need for convenience and fueling up. I think that's the future. I believe Toyota is launching a new hydrogen vehicle in the United States, or at least the Mirai 3.0 at this point.
Wow.
It's now in more than just California. It's all up the West Coast. And I think if Florida gets the infrastructure, I could see the Mirai coming here first to the East Coast.
That's pretty cool. That's a whole different type of fuel system.
Yeah, and it's not like back in the day where DC politicians had a hydrogen and the whole trunk was took up with like an atom bomb. Yeah. This is completely different. It looks like a cube. You can drop it out of a car, plug it in. Or hydrogen now is plugged in similar to how you would plug in your how you would fuel up your current vehicle. Right. So very, very safe. Has a lower carbon footprint, and I believe the future of automotive.
That's awesome. I love that. That's cool. All right, so Mike, what else are you seeing in the space? Like, what's some top tips for consumers out there? Sometimes they don't know about the financing side of the transaction, trade-in values whenever folks are car shopping.
Let's talk about a few of those things. Number one, there is a extreme limited supply of new vehicles, as we all see. So people assume they have to pay extremely high prices, and that may be true if you don't have a trade. Last time I was on the show, we had this moment where used cars were not depreciating, but actually appreciating. We see that coming back in Q4. So now is an amazing time to buy a vehicle as long as there's a trade, because if the vehicle you're purchasing has a high value, but the vehicle you're trading in has a high value, your difference is similar to what it's always been. So I wouldn't be afraid there. And if I have a truck that I'm trading in, I want to do it this year, as we talked about earlier, because it's worth more now than ever. I don't want people to get on the other side of it. Right now, people with trucks, F-150s, Tundras, Tacomas, Titans, Frontiers, stuff like that, should be looking at their loan value and what their trade-in value is. What an amazing opportunity, because right now dealerships are getting creative. You could trade in your vehicle, start your payments over again, and at least at Murphy Auto Group, you get a 10-year, 250,000-mile warranty, up to 4 years of complimentary maintenance, 72-hour exchange policy, all these other added benefits that we could start over. And a lot of people that purchased a car in 2008 to 2013 had a tough time with the Great Recession, and bad things happen to good people. Their credit's probably better than they thought. Right. You times that with historically low interest rates, there is some individuals that have been in a car 5 to 7 years that will see a reduction in total cost of ownership.
Wow, that's great. And 10-year warranty you mentioned?
That's correct, yeah.
Wow.
I wish more people would do that. I believe Hyundai and Kia has their version. It's a 10-100, but Murphy Auto Group is a 10-year, 250,000 miles. So
wow, that's pretty awesome.
When you sell Toyotas, it's easy to stand behind them.
Right. Yeah, that's great. That's, hey, now let's switch gears. Talk a little about the precious metals. That was one of the things I hear about the Afghanistan pullout. We left behind a lot of nutrient-rich minerals under the ground. And supposedly, from what I'm hearing on some of the podcasts I listen to, China's going to easily come in and take that over. And we know that these precious metals are involved in smartphones, laptops, chips, and vehicles.
Absolutely. Really interesting stuff. So China started acquiring mineral rights years ago, quietly into private Afghani businesses. As we pulled out, it changed a lot of people's thought of electric vehicles. At some point, if we go to a complete electric vehicle desire like the current administration has, where are the batteries going to come from?
Right.
There are 2 manufacturers in the globe that make their own batteries. Some company in China. Sorry, it's a habit, China.
Yeah.
And then the other is Toyota.
Yep.
So it's very, very interesting to me that Toyota, who makes their own batteries, is not putting all their eggs in batteries. They're saying, no, hydrogen's the future, because if we continue to go down the battery path, even in our phones, we are going to become more dependent on the lithium-ion technology batteries that are coming out of, I believe it's, East Afghanistan, which is close to China to begin with.
Yeah. Wow.
It's interesting. I got a 2-star general as an advisor. General Horst told me something interesting. He says, why Japan and Germany worked? They're still there.
Yeah, right.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
It's amazing the intelligence of our military personnel, and as they transition to lead us back in the car business through these really tough times. Grateful to have him on the team.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. It is interesting when you think about the way that this whole worldwide economy is now more connected than ever. We've got the supply boats, the cargo boats off the coast of California right now, which you've heard. I wonder how much of that's manufactured to try to maybe say, hey, let's allow more illegals into the country. We need the labor force, right? And by the way, they're printing tons of money. That's another way to say, hey, this money that we're printing, it might not be a bad thing because we're putting more people in our country now.
Yeah, it's interesting. The same people that want me to go to a minimum wage of $15 an hour also has a mass entrance of affordable yet illegal workforce. I'm confused.
Right.
But it's the same people that believe in Darwinism but also want to take care of everybody. So that's probably another conversation for another day.
Yeah, exactly.
I believe everyone that walks into the dealership deserves to get the best deal possible.
Yep.
And no matter where you come from and what situations you're in, being able to buy a car with a certain amount of confidence, I think, is priceless, right? We're talking about the second largest purchase people make.
Yeah.
Obviously, a home's number one.
Yep.
We have got to guide them through these times. And if they're going to have to wait for a car, and you're going to probably have to wait a couple weeks for a new car right now, if you want to get what you want, then we have to show value. And that's where we're saying, hey, we want to appraise your car as soon as the vehicle comes in because we think it might be worth more 2 weeks from now than it is now. And imagine if you had small business all the way up and down politics, how much easier it would be to continue to grow business, hire jobs. There's a lot of people that are selling their dealerships right now because of the new tax code. They don't know what it looks like in the future.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw the news, but a large family-owned auto group in our area just got sold for over $300 million. And,
wow.
It's interesting times.
Yeah,
really
people are saying, hey, I'd rather cash out now knowing what I know versus the unknown of next year. We're talking with Mike Murphy here, Murphy Auto Group. Real quick, lease versus buy. Any thoughts to think about?
Woo, wow. So first off, I always tell my friends to lease because of technology. Think about it this way. If you want to trade your car in 3 years, why not lease a vehicle?
Right.
Because you're going to come out of it no harm, no foul. And the technology, the stuff I saw at the National Dealer Meeting for Toyota, for example, that I can't talk about.
Yep.
3 years from now, stuff is incredibly different. And I would not buy anything yet. especially with the unique circumstances. Right now, the manufacturers are making leasing more advantageous. There's a lot of 0%.
Yep.
I know we've got a lot of intelligent listeners. I mean, if you can borrow somebody else's money for free, do that.
Yeah. And you get the newest ride every 3 years and that type of thing, so it's kind of insulates you from that.
Yeah. Now, if you're towards the end of
safety
retirement, maybe it's a little bit different, right? You're like, hey, I got to move to more of a fixed income. Then we want to lock you in on a fixed payment.
Right. Awesome. Hey, good stuff. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate that, Mike.
What's
the website? Best place people can find you? I know you're big on Instagram, too,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So you can go to murphyautogroup.com, realmikemurphy.com, or check me out on Instagram at @therealmikemurphy.
Awesome. Good stuff. All right. Hey, another great show. I want to thank all of our listeners, our team behind the scenes putting the show together, production team, and our producers out there. And we want you to please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Do something kind for one another and be a force for good for the community. We'll see you next time right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Contact Brandon Rhymes at 813-670-7372. That's 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for the Consumer Quarterback Show.